Cool. Right. All right, we are live on YouTube. I'm gonna wait for Leanda to come back from the restroom and then we will get started. Well, here comes Leanda now. Groovy. I have got a little scarf right here that I'm putting over the keyboard, hopefully to keep you guys safe from the wind and to make it sound better. I've got you surrounded by luxurious, what?
You're tucking them in.
Yeah, I'm tucking you guys in to your little classroom here. Yeah, we've got you all cozied. I have big plans though. I'm going to get a more glamorous suitcase that like houses this whole thing. It has like little magical dingle balls on the side. We'll decorate it with mirrors and Rajasthani belts and like velvet. We're gonna make it like a little genie bottle on the go. It's gonna be really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna ring the bell and then we'll talk about our plan. Welcome everybody. We're gonna start first with you saying your name and us cheering. Yes, feel free. Would you guys like to say your own names or want me to say yours for you? All right, I'm gonna do you for you. Are you ready to hear the cheers for you? Here we go. And here on the computer, we have Tammy. Woo! Jessica Smith. Woo! Yeah! Christina. Woo! Our screen name, Voodoo. Yeah, and Heather. Yay! And here in person, Sonia. Ava. Lyanda. Kirsten. And me, Leslie. Yay! So glad we're all here. I know, right? Some days you win when you show up. So we're gonna start today. With a little stretch for the neck and shoulders while I talk about how to practice frame drum, and then we're gonna start with learning how to play the shiftatelli rhythm, and then you're going to accompany each other's slow dancing today with playing shiftatelli on the frame drum. So I hope that it will feel sensuous and lovely and beautiful. The rhythm itself is actually often called the sensuous shifty. So it is the rhythm that we did, it's a primary rhythm in the fan veil piece that we did for Georgetown 2020. And that one I think is actually called something like sensual shiftatelli, potentially. Anyway, it has a nickname because it's so cute and beloved and people call it Shifty. Yes, so it's an 8-beat rhythm. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we practice. Let me put my little mask up for a second, Mondo. We've got pals coming by. Hi. I have suggested to all people that you get for yourselves, and I'm just going to hold this up close. I don't know that we can really see a lot screen to screen, but this is the darbuka rhythms. It is right here. It is purple and blue, and it's got this little darbuka. Darbuka is another word for a djembe or for a bell-shaped drum. This darbuka rhythms. Can you guys hear me okay with my mask on? Yeah, it's okay, cool. So the reason why I recommend this one in particular, this is one that was recommended to me when I went to Rachel Bryce's level 1 training for Datura. And it is designed by a man who's a drummer. And I put a little note up about this in our ATS Facebook street team group. He is the programmer. And so he made this this is the best rhythm thing I've ever seen anywhere. It is unbelievable actually what he's done. And there's all these really funny super videos of him, and he sneaks himself in like everywhere. So once you know to look for him, he's like Waldo. You'll see him like all over this app. So when you get to the darbuka rhythm thing, you get 4 rhythms for free, and then you can pay some amount of money, like $12, to get 20 rhythms. And I would recommend that you buy them. I think it's actually really super valuable. And this is also going to replace a metronome, which nobody really wants to own. It's also going to be able to speed up and slow down your rhythms, and I'm going to show you how you can practice with this. So if you're wanting to practice finger cymbals and you want to practice frame drum, get this thing, right? Get it now. Put it on your phone. So you push the Darbuka Rhythms, you open it up, right, here it comes. And here at the top, we have all of these individual ones. I'm hoping that you're gonna be able to see this on the video because I want you to be able to follow this later. Yeah, you can see them. Cool. So do you guys have yours with you? So if you wanna just follow along just the plan, you don't have to make yours play music and then you'll know where to find all this stuff. So if you guys have your phones with you, you're welcome to look at this. I don't think you get Shiftatelli as one of your 4 free ones. So I think you have to have purchased the extended package to get it, but we're still gonna look at the Shiftatelli one together and all of the features are the same. So you should be able to go through features on a different rhythm and still be able to see all the cool stuff I'm talking about. Because I've had this for 3 years and I'm still finding really helpful things out about it, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm gonna push on Shiftatelli. So my Shiftatelli is down here and it says 8/4 and it has the whole thing done in blue for tech and red for doom. Right? And I have it hooked up to my speaker so it's going to be super loud for everybody here. Yes? So once you have got the rhythm selected that you want, it will show up down here on the bottom. You see it in red? And if you guys don't see what I'm talking about, you can watch the video later. Yeah, it'll be waiting for you. So, so you're gonna push here where it says Shiftatelli, and then when you touch it, all this stuff happens, right? And so you're in this next screen. You could do that on any rhythm on your phone, like if you don't have it set up now or whatever. So here's the cool thing about what's gonna happen here, is that it's gonna show you, like if you're a person that likes to count, it has 1 through 8, and then a little hold at the end. Yeah, because this is an 8-beat rhythm. So it shows you exactly where all the dooms and the techs go. If you want to practice it faster or slower, here at the bottom, you move this little circle, and the circle is the metronome that will make it go quicker or slower as you go left or right. So you could have it play at a slower speed for you. Now, say you have an inquisitive mind and you'd like to know what the word Shiftatelli means or what some common variations are, you can push on the name here, and it's gonna tell you this is an 8/4 rhythm, and it gives you the history of it, and it gives you like little insightful tips and comments. And actually, I just read them all for the first time the other day, and I was shocked actually how helpful and insightful it is, especially if you're going to learn all of them, because it tells you cool things like this rhythm is just like this rhythm, but it's in reverse, or it's twice as long, or we just moved this a little bit and now we've made this new rhythm. So it actually gives you really super helpful intel. So what it says in here about Shiftatelli is that it's an 8/4 rhythm. So 8 is the amount of beats you have before it starts over again. And 4 is how fast it's going, which is good enough for you to know for us, where you don't need it means more than that, but I don't care. Yeah, it's so good enough for us. And then it gives you 4 different spellings of Shiftatelli. And then it gives you all the way 1 through 8, where all the dooms and the techs go if you just did it in doom tech and little dashes and stuff. It's also telling you it's a Greek and Turkish rhythm. It's usually played in slow tempo for instrumentals. And other people mix it up with this other Egyptian rhythm, which we will not even bother to talk about since you don't know it. You're not going to mix it up for it. No problem for us. And so Shiftatelli, the important part about Shiftatelli, the way you can tell it's a Shiftatelli a lot of times is at the very end on 5, 6, and 7, it goes doom, tech, tech. Yeah. Or doom, doom, tech. Sorry, already steering you wrong. It's doom, doom, tech. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is hold. So you get this like float at the very end. So we're gonna learn how to play the whole thing, but that's like all written in here. So the notes are done for you. The notation is in here. The dooms and the techs are in here. You can close this out. And then if you want to see it by instrument, this is a thing I just noticed. You hit this by instrument button up here, tick, and it breaks it down into all the different instruments. I could actually also hook this up to my computer, but so what's cool about this is that it will play the finger cymbals for you. They're all triples, I checked. So you can just play along with the finger cymbals. So like here's the rhythm on the drum. Hold on. So this is just the drum. Here's a second drum. This is a bandier, which is a frame drum. So I'm turning off everything except the frame drum, yeah? So the bandir is what they're calling the frame drum in here. A bandir is a North African frame drum. It's a tar that's got a string that runs across the back. So you'll hear in the recording this little zzz, and that's from the string. So we don't have one with a string on the back, but ours should sound just like this. So you can play just the frame drum. You can play along with just the frame drum. You can also add right? Sweet sound of someone giving you the dooms and the techs, right? And now our beloved teacher.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
This is him, and this is the picture he put in there of himself.
7, 8.
Feel free to chuckle later.
3.
Okay, so we turn him off, we turn her off. Once we got it, we don't need to say it anymore. We got the plan. We add the finger cymbals. Okay, I lied. She's playing along with the rhythm on this. Yeah? But on the 4/4 ones, they're playing 1, 2, 3. So if you go check Bellydance and Saidi, they're playing a triple on that. Okay, so we can play finger cymbals, we can play zills, we got them to say the dooms and the text for us, we got the counting, we can speed it up, we can slow it down, and they will also quiz you. Yes? So if you're a person who loves a quiz, right, they have like a thing in here where you can do like under more down here at the bottom. What more could we possibly want? We could learn all about our author. He has a couple free videos of himself that you could certainly watch. There's also guess the rhythms, which I find really fun. And then like you hit play on here. What is it? Doom, doom, tech, right? And so then this just is a coincidence. It happens to be this. You hit it, shift to telly, boom, right? And then you can move on to the next one. Doom, tech, right? And like, if you don't know one, it's cool, it'll just tell you and you can practice it, right? So it can be a great way for you to like go back and forth by yourself and figure out what your plan is, yeah? So we're gonna actually get our frame drums out now and we're gonna work on playing the shift to telly rhythm. Yes? Groovy. So we're gonna do frame drums by our sides. We're gonna do a little warm up for the neck and shoulders, and then we'll start doing a little warm ups of just dooms, techs, and kas, just to get the hands feeling juicy. And then we're gonna play our shift to telly. Yeah? I would like you when you practice with this app to use either the basic or the classic variation. We will not do really a lot more drum theory in this class. We have a lot to do with our dancing and playing finger cymbals and stuff, but just so you know, like it was a mystery to me when I first started to learn how there could be all these different variations and they could still be the same rhythm. It was very confusing. So what makes the rhythm is where the dooms and the techs are inside the skeletal frame of how long it is. But there could be open spaces that could be ornamented in lots of different ways, or played with rolls, or played with slaps or pops or other things, and they're still playing the same rhythm. They're just ornamenting it differently. Does that make sense to everybody? And so like there's kind of 3 basic ways you can describe that. You can have it what's called open, which means it's just the bare basics to make it the rhythm that we're playing. It can be decorated, which means it's got like some, some cute stuff, or it can be closed, which means something is happening on every single beat, or on, 1 E end it, 2 E end it, right? So it's like, it's really super full. And that's like pretty unusual to do something that crowded, especially with an instrument like the frame drum, which is meant to be a community instrument. We play it for trance, we play it to accompany each other. So it's not really like the air guitar solo instrument, yes? I mean, it's meant to be a supportive group instrument. So cool. So I hope that made sense to everybody and gave you some inspiration. Yeah, and so with just this tool, if you only learn the 4 rhythms at the top, you win, yes? If you get shift to telly and you get Maksoon, Belody, Saidi, and I think those are what's the other one at the top? Falahi or Ayub is one of the other ones. Anyway, if you get those guys, like, you'll know so much more about dancing than you did before. It will be such a win for you. Yeah, and like your counting will be so easy, and then your dancing will be so easy, because all of this, if you're having difficulty with the finger cymbals and with the footwork, hi there. If you're having difficulty with the finger cymbals and the footwork, it's really about like patting your head and rubbing your stomach and just being really clear about the rhythm and where the beats are and stuff. So the more you give yourself this advantage, the better dancer you're going to be, and the more fun we're going to have. Yeah, and we'll just go on and on forever. I want to just make 2 super quick announcements before we stretch. One is that I have secured in potential perpetuity, as long as the event goes on, there is a punk rock flea market at the Big Top Curiosity Shop in South Park. And so my pal and also fellow Chihuahua lover and owner, Todd, is the manager of that store and the person who put this thing together. And so we are invited to Bellydance basically forever at the punk rock flea market. So it's going to be every second Saturday of the month. He's got a big shipping container. He's got a lift to put us up there. So obviously we're like, you know, like an 80s metal band when we get to ride scissor lift to the top of our own shipping container and perform over the punk rock flea market. So I cannot even really say enough about how excited I am about it. And the fact that we could do it every month if we wanted, I think is actually a really great and casual goal for us because it gives us a chance to dress up and we can perform with their DJs. They already have DJs out there in the Rainier Beer Garden. You can get a $3 tall boy to celebrate your good dancing, and then there's also thrift shopping. So I mean, really a win for everyone. And the falafel cart is across the street. It's got lots of tasty things, which I'm really excited about. So it's awesome. So if you want to do it in August, I'm into it. If you want to do it in September, you want to do it in October, you know, I don't really care. If there are 3 people excited about doing it, I'll do it. It's literally next door to my house. So I think we're just going to wear black outfits to get it started. So get yourself some black hair and pants, a black skirt, a black top. It doesn't have to be a choli. You can have your stomach covered if you want. We all have jewelry. We all have finger cymbals. We all have drums. We will not play drums when we are just getting started with this. Yeah. If we don't feel good about playing finger cymbals, I think it's a good chance just to do it anyway. Yeah, and just practice. Because really, they don't know what it's supposed to sound like. They don't know that we're coming. It's going to be a total, we don't know what song we're going to do. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, so just put it on your calendar for every single month, second Saturday. Yeah, it goes from like 12 in the afternoon to like 3 or 4. It's not a huge thing. And it's just in the parking lot next to Big Top Curiosity Shop, right on the main street in South Park. And they are so fun. So it's $1 to get in to the flea market. So bring your single dollar bill. Yeah, face masks, hand sanitizer, all that. So get excited. I'm excited about it. And really, the only secret to us getting better at this is just to keep practicing. Yes? So this is going to give us a chance to have our own little gig, which I'm really pumped about, and to practice in front of people. And if you don't want to be the person that practices in front of people, don't do that. Yeah? Just come and watch. Or just don't come at all. Come whenever you feel like it. Come much later. Yeah? My goal for this class is just that we're going to have an awesome summer. We're fully enrolled for the whole summer with people that are already here. And in September, I think I will offer a level 1 again. So if we get to the end of the summer and you feel like, ooh, I'd sure like to start back at the beginning. Okay. You know, or if you get to the end of the summer and you're like, ooh, I really learned all this stuff. Cool. So we'll have a chance to either repeat or go forward at the end of the summer. So don't feel sad if you're feeling like not everything is so fast for you, because maybe you've got a lot of stuff going on and you don't have 5 minutes to practice every day. Or maybe you are like Leslie and you were obsessed and you were playing a lot and you were getting a lot better really quickly and learning lots and lots of things, which is so exciting. And I am delighted. And I thank you all for the opportunity to share it with you and to learn it and to teach it. So, shift to telly. Yeah? Doom, tech, 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 doom, doom, tech. Please repeat. Doom, tech, 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 tech. Doom, doom, tech, again, doom, tech, 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 doom, doom, tech. Go ahead and put your drums down by your sides. We're just going to turn the wrists. Doom, tech, 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 doom, doom, tech. Cool. I'm going to play it for us while we stretch, and then we are going to play it, and then we're going to play it while other people dance. It's the plan. Take my first shirt off. We're getting serious around here. Do you hear it? Doom, tech, 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 doom, doom, tech. Reaching back. Turn. The other way. and one, down, and hold. That's what we got. Reach and reach. Yeah. Push. And hold. Rounding forward. Up high. Grab your arm on top. And round. Up high. Rounding forward. Push. And under. Push. And down. And drop, drop, drop. And shoulder. And chest. Other shoulder. Change. To the center. Little circle with the nose. Other way. Love it. Hold it strong. All right, pals, we're gonna pick up our drums. And I'm just gonna show you guys really briefly. I brought all the sizes I have. I have one smaller one, but I don't think you should get much smaller than the smallest one I have here. I'm gonna tie this cowl on. Does anybody here need one? Does everybody have their own? Cool. So I'm going to show all of these, and I'm going to let Kristen pick hers. So we have 10, 12, 14, and 20. And I just got this super huge one, so I'm going to play it today because I'm really excited about it. This is the biggest one I've ever owned. So it's also going to be loud, which I was hoping would be helpful to you. So what we're going to do to warm up, right, just left hand out in front and then pull it in by our side, plant that drum or that pan or whatever we got in there. And we're going to start off, other hand, right, pressed down here, and elbow down. We're just going to hit boom. Back. Good. Doom. Jack. Doom. Jack. Doom. Jack. Doom. Ah. Doom. Ja. Doom. Ja. Doom. Ja. Doom. Ja. We're doing doom. Jack. Ja. Doom. Jack. Ja. Doom. Jack. Ja. Doom. Jack. Ja. We're gonna go the other direction. So we're gonna start doom, and then go doom. Ja. Jack. Doom. Ja. Jack. Doom. Ja. Jack. Doom. Ja. Jack. So I didn't mean to trick you out by doing it with the same finger as the ba. It's a thing that Rowan does. She plays bilateral, so you can. I don't need to break your brain about it, but if you tip them forward, you could play the drum in this position, and then you have two hands that both play doom because technically are the same sound. Right? Don't worry about it. And let's just do back and forth. So start over again. Show me your good position. Hand out, thumb in, arm extended, and balanced and held. And then bring it in. And then thumb here at 3 o'clock. Really push it in tight. So you want to be able to move this in space around you. Still keeping those hands at 6 and at 3. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. Groovy. Love it. Yeah. And then we're just going to play tap, ga, tap, ga, tap, ga. So like taking your hands on a walk. Yes? So your bottom hand should be right here with the elbow next to your body. So pull the drum out further from your body. And then bring it in close. You want to have definitely your elbow by your side, the drum in front of you. Yeah. You can angle the drum head down a little bit, so it points towards the floor, making it a little easier to hold on to. Yeah. Groovy. So when you're practicing at home, right, we're going to go through all these drills. You're going to play doom, 5, 6, 7, switch to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doom tap. 5, 6, 7, 8. Doom pa. 5, 6, 7, 8. Teka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Katek. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And so that for now is enough. There are other sounds that we will play on other moments in the future, but this is plenty of stuff to get us started. So we just need to always be practicing, because even just how to hold on to it, we will forget. Yeah. And we want to protect our neck, we want to protect our hand, and we want to try and keep everything nice and lined up. And it's cool if you wind up tipped a little forward, because that ultimately will probably be how you really close it. You know what I mean? Like when you're on the... So we're going to play Shiftatelli, right? So I'm going to have that going for us here on our darbuka rhythm. Here it comes. And we're going to have her say it. And we're going to say it. And we're going to play it. Hold. We're the best. Tap. I like this. Cool. Okay, so this is the basic Shiftatelli. We're playing it. She sang it. We're super awesome at it now because we played it like 5 times. We're going to practice more at home, yes? But what I'm going to add to this is we're going to add doom, doom, ta, tech, tech, right? Tech, tech. And then so I'm going to ornament this a little bit. So it's going to doom, ta, tech, doom, doom, tech. Yes? Doom, ta, tech, doom, doom. So now we're playing all the fingers. Doom, ta, tech, doom, doom, tech. So when we play, you can play the open version, which is just the dooms and techs like we were just doing. You can add this little piece that I just added for you. Yeah. And I'm going to make it play on just the frame drum on the recording, because we're awesome. And I'm going to make her say it. And we're going to have him count, because that's funny. Ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,
So we're going to come away from this rhythm study tool which has really everything in the whole wide world you ever wanted to know. Every question you ever wanted to ask me about where the dooms and the texts are in terms of the counting and the math, please ask him. Yes, he's got the pictures with the blue and the red and the things moving and the saying stuff. And, you know, it's going to be really good for everybody. Yeah, there's lots of good information in there. So I hope that you're inspired and now you have everything you need to be able to practice. And I have to tell you, this is such a huge advantage over when I was a student. I mean, really, if we wanted to practice something, we had to be in class, you had to be with your teacher, you had to remember how to do it if you were going to practice it alone. I mean, just like the opportunity to study with YouTube or to have these kinds of apps or to be able to repeat things like this. I mean, I feel like we can learn things this summer that would have taken me a decade to learn. I mean, just being able to have as many free lessons as you want, anytime you want them, whenever it works for you. I mean, like, what a gift, huh? So we're like the luckiest people ever. We're going to be the best dancers in the world. So cool being us. All right, so we're going to play along with the real song, and then we're going to have a little slow dance to accompany things are happening for us. So here's the sensual shift to Telly. This is the song. Check, 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 check. Check, yes. Check, 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 check. Love it. Here comes another variation. Still shift to Telly. This is where you'll hear the doom to tech tap, doom doom tech that I was doing. Yeah. Doom to tech tap, doom doom tech. You listen for it. Doom tech tap, doom doom tech. You can still just play. Doom tech tech, doom doom tech. Yes. Okay. Sweet. So we're not going to add any slow moves today. What we're going to do today is we are going to practice getting from one person to another person leading and slow. So we need buddies. Yes. And we're going to have, we're going to have two people dancing. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do, let's have two people dancing and everybody else drumming for them. And then we'll just cycle through. We'll let the two people have a chance to switch places, and then we'll have them go get their drums. So we're going to set up here. And so you guys get to decide what group you're in at home, yeah? And you also get to play drum for us. So it's going to be so cute and fun. Plus we have this cool metal sculpture thing behind us. I'm going to put my shoes on, my dancing shoes. So if you guys have little shoes to wear that keep your feet safe, and I'm just going to talk while I'm putting my shoes on about the plan for switching dancers. We have two plans, yes? So plan one is the dancer in the first position steps into the second position facing forward, right? And you take their position from them and they must move forward. We're always going in the direction of the clock face, yeah? So if your leader steps to the side into your place, you're done being person number two, now you're person number one, yeah? And so we're just gonna walk forward in a circle while we do that. So I would like us all to take a turn doing that. Now, what sweet moves could we do while we're changing? Yeah, slow moves. For today, let's keep it simple, yeah, and use some snake arms, some little high snake arms. So we're just gonna switch, like, you know, like using these kinds of buddies. And then also, I'm gonna give you this one. This is our arm variation. You can do, I don't care which way you do the arm, you can do this or you can do this, and you can just walk to their spot. Yep, so let's use that to get us from one place to another. You could really use almost any slow movement. It's just that some of them are easier than others. And so until we have a lot of experience with it, we're just gonna keep it easy. Yeah? So for today, we'll do our alternating arms to switch spots. And And we'll do that, the arm variations. Those arm variations are also really great for all the fast stuff. So we're gonna get to use them again later. Yes. So pals here on the computer, if you want to have buddies to switch with, that could happen for you too. But it's difficult for you guys to change directions without turning around and facing into the middle of the circle, because then you don't know who to switch, yes? So I think the idea will work better for you when we switch to the other one. So if you want to just follow along with you can follow the back of the person that's gonna be in position number one, and just imagine that you're like, also here. Or you can play drum. So this will give you a chance to have like a little elongated drum practice. I hope that all felt comfortable and exciting. Well, I'm really excited about it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my stuff. Can I have somebody volunteer to be my first person too? Great, come on right here. So you're gonna stand behind me, right here, face it the same way. And we've got you guys set up here. Cool. So, we have matching outfits. How cool are we? I know, really great. Okay, great. So when we're just gonna walk now. So let's have the two of you guys actually set up as if you're in your pairs right now. Yeah, so the two of you, and you can have any partner you want. So person number one is left and forward. Person number two is to the right and behind. So we just have to know who's one and who's two. So without anybody, you guys can just mark off a spot in your house for person one and two. And so all we're gonna do here without any dancing, anything happening, I just want person number one to become person number two by walking there, yeah? So I'm gonna walk over here, and you should walk forward and great. Now person number one is gonna change. Yep, sweet. Keep on doing it. Even if you're by yourself, even better, yeah? So here I am, I took the 6 steps, that's it. Step right from me. Yeah, and switch again. Cool. So now I'm gonna actually do some dancing. You guys gonna do some dancing? You have the choice of playing drums or dancing, yes? And then we're gonna switch spots. And we're just gonna do it a couple of times. So why don't we all dance for now? I feel like we got a good little drum session already, yeah? Cool. So you're gonna switch imaginary spots with your person. And I'm just gonna do this 1 minute, yeah? Okay, so you get to choose what the move is that you want to do with your person, but I'm doing a little tuck-in and a snake arm situation here. Just walk all the way in front of me so I see you. You're actually just like mine right now. Other way. Yep, and now you see me out of this. Put your down. Yep. Off we go. Yep. Yep. Sweet. I love that. Yep. Groovy. All right, so now we're gonna switch thoughts and we're gonna turn around to do it. So you guys can have partners here on the screen. So I'm gonna put Christina and Heather together and Jessica and Tammy together because you're next to each other on my screen. So if you wanna pin the person that you're dancing with, you're welcome to, and that will make them the large person on your screen. You go into the little 3 dots and shoot, shoot, shoot. So the way this is gonna work, does somebody different wanna be my partner this time? Come on up. So same plan, person number one, person number two, but now I wanna switch spots. I've got 2 choices for turning around because I only know a couple of things that turn, right? We've done a couple of things that turn around. So let's just use reverse turn. And I'm gonna also give you this buddy. I don't care which arm you use to turn around. You're gonna be here. If we do in reverse turn, what happens when I wanna switch? I'm gonna do this, and instead of turning all the way, I'm gonna turn halfway, but she's gonna turn the whole way. So when she turns back around, boom, we're looking at each other. What? And then we do something like this. And we switch spots, and then you stay in front and I stay facing this way. Yes? And now we're off again, 1 and 2. Yeah? So let's, for turning around and looking at each other, because we only have a couple of moves that turn around for now, we're going to use reverse turn, or we're going to use just big excitement. What turn? You flip, and look, here we are. So we could even change with our hands like this, and then you could switch to the side, or we could do something different. We saw each other and go from there. Yeah. So we're going to give ourselves 1 minute of switching. And the cool thing about having a partner right here is that when you turn around and your partner on the computer screen, the person who you see the back of them is your leader. Yes? So you decide who's number 1 and who's number 2. That makes sense? Yeah? Great. So Tammy's got her back turned. She's person 1. And Christina's number 1. She's turning her back. So Heather's following her. So when she turns around and looks at you, you can make a little show of switcherooing your spots, but really you just have to turn around and do the leader. Cool. All right. Things are happening for us. Okay, here we go. You're following your own leaders, please. Sweet. So it is time for us to take a little breaky poo. So have a drink of water, talk to your pals. You're welcome to talk to each other. This is being live streamed on YouTube. So just so you know, whatever you talk about, everyone can see it later. Fun. Right.
Oh, it's a good reminder.
I'll put you guys back on gallery view. If you prefer to have your break quietly by yourself, that's just fine. I'm gonna have some water, retie my shoes. If anybody wants to come talk to the gals, you're welcome to. Yeah. Wait.
Hi, gal.
Hi, Tammy.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
You said you were on a bike ride today?
Yes.
Wow. Hot day to do it.
Well, we started at 11 or something. So, I mean, we got done by the hottest part of the day. And there's an ice cream place down on the Tacoma waterfront that has some dairy-free stuff. So
Nice.
I was able to get a frozen treat also.
Love it. Were people keeping their distance?
I mean, we were on bikes, so we were distant, and I was mostly trying to dodge people. I wasn't really checking, but there wasn't as much mask usage and general courtesy as there is down on Alki, for example.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And like, I'm biking and I say, on your left, and they look at me and like, I'm right here. And the guy actually turned around and said, I'm right here. Yep.
You don't know bike etiquette.
I don't want to flatten you, dude. Yeah, it was nice though. It was really nice. How about you? What have you been up to today?
So much today. Yesterday I was painting in the heat of the day.
What were you painting?
Outside, I have banisters that are white, and it's been 7 years since they've been touched, so
Whoa.
scraping off the mold and keeping them white.
Nice. Yeah. White again, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was hot.
Yeah. Is the paint curing okay?
Oh yeah, and I have an old house, so like when I do some of the window frames, it's clumpy anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, water. Good idea.
just waiting for a pal to get back from the restroom and we'll be ready to roll.
Right.
I'm glad I remembered my water. It's very warm today.
Yeah, it must be about 85 or higher than that on the parking lot, I bet.
I could check on my phone. It says it's 84 right now. We've gotten really lucky, knock on cardboard, with the Monday night weather so far. We have not had, for like as hit and miss as the summer has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky.
The rain that we've had this summer has been much more typical of what it used to be around here, 10 and 15, 20.
I remember it being cold all of June, usually, like it doesn't really, like we're kind of like in the heat of the summer right now. Things are really happening for us.
Yeah.
The sunset here is really beautiful, actually. The temperature just shifted in a really nice way in the shade, and you can see all the cool art around here. Like there's like a big piece behind me. You can see a little bit of that. Yeah, and like there's bikes and all kinds of interesting stuff like molded onto the frame around. There's a house up here, like somebody built like a little, there's just lots of really cool, this whole space is neat. I'm gonna take you out of the box for a minute. But yeah, like, look at that. Cool. And like, there's this cool bike situation over here. We're going on an art tour.
Nice.
Yeah, and like this is molded onto here. There's this
that's cool.
eggs on the roof. How neat. And like there's tons of just cool, because there's all these metal shops that are inside here. So there's all this like stuff on the outside. Anyway.
That's cool.
Can you guys hear okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna put you back in your box. Back in the box. Get your stuff going. I'll ring the little bell.
Jessica.
That wasn't what I meant to do. But that's kind of how it's been going. Why don't you go? I'll come a little closer. And we're just going to talk for a second. So did every person feel clear about how you switch when there's two people, from being person number one to person number two? Yeah. You guys felt clear about the plan, person 1 and 2 switching? Cool. I love this plan. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make like a little half. The person here on the left is going to lead what the people in the back are doing, and it's just going to be something simple, right? From our vocabulary that we can work on preferably, but if you don't remember, that's okay. Yeah. And then we're going to go out 2 at a time, position 1, position 2. We're going to switch, and then you're going to go to the end of the line. The next 2 people are going to come out until everybody's had a turn. Yeah. It's going to be super thin. Yes. So we're going to go over just really quickly what some of the slow moves are that we recall. Yeah. So, for example, I'm going to turn my back to you here. So, slow moves, right? We have not hold the arm, slide the steps. You can also have a single sweep here. We have got the hand trail, feet. Or the hand floreo could also show axiom, right? So that's when the hips are going. These are the alternating arms, what we would think of as snake arms. You want to make sure you have your elbow up on the shelf. These can also be paired with we have our rib cage rotation. Reach. One. Back. Reach. And center. Down the front of the body, behind you, and we turn all the way around. We're halfway through. When you arrive, hands overhead. We have this, which leads into this enormous setup, which has, on the face. But it must do all of these. But this lift, we're turning around. We are here, straight, or when you choose. Yeah? So body wave, tuxium, alternating snake arms, the hand floreo. My suggestion to you is just keep it simple. Yeah, don't get convinced that you need to be more entertaining. This is the death of this plan. Yes. So honestly, this is a legitimate movement where you hold still and you turn your hand and your partner watches you and you do it together. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. You could come out as a leader and do this. You could put your hands up in the air and you could strike that you are changing positions and you can change it. You know, I wouldn't give it any more, yeah. So one of the things that happens with this is that like we blank. Do you know what I mean? Like we get there and we blank, which is why we have to take a lot of turns being the first person and being the second person, because it like we'll feel like we're kind of on the spot. And yes, cool. So let's have us make a little horseshoe right here. So whoever's the person next to me is going to be my person number 2. Yeah, you. Person number 2. Sweet. And so after we finish and we switch our spots, you will be the next person number 1. Yeah, so you'll come to, and then you'll lead out. So that means that actually Sonia will be the next one, horseshoe. No. Yeah. This will make sense when we're doing it. And I'll say so. Yeah, it'll be okay. So I'm going to put on a little bit of shift tally. Yes, you guys got your partners from before, so you can do your turn in the circle. You can watch this little horseshoe situation here, and when we're all together in person, we'll get the horseshoe going. The people in the horseshoe in the back here are what we call the chorus. Yeah, and so you want person number 1 and 2 to be like out. So we're taking like kind of the center spot. Yes, and back here, a lot of the really typical things that happen in the chorus are this, right? That we would just be here doing our talk team, and you're going to do it in time with the person who's first, right? So if it's me right here, and I'm not going to change this probably. You know, we're just going to stay here and do this because the people out here are doing whatever they're doing. Let's give it a go. It's going to be super fun, and then we'll switch to fast. Yeah? Cool. Stop right here behind me and then hands down and down. You're all following me because I'm still in the course. Yeah? So which hand should you do? Cool. And then I'm going to walk out to position 1 and land. I'm in position 2. And you're going to lead them and stop them. Now, yep, just love it. good practicing. Yeah. Yeah. So I know it feels sad not to be perfect right away, but nobody's perfect. Yeah, we have to practice because we don't know if we don't know. Yeah. So let's do one more set where we follow me. Yeah, for 1 minute. I'm going to be in front, and they're going to watch you because you're gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to be right here, and you guys can follow along as well. Yes. Sweet. And then we will switch the plan. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do this one again. Ready? Okay. Follow one right along. Hands up. Yes. That was super. Yeah. So this is part of the beauty and also the challenge of this dance form is that you have to edit all of the rest of the stuff you think you know out. Yeah. So it's just about going over. You know, we only have 6 movements right now, so it's just about using them. And we just have to practice. Yeah. And then we're going to be so amazable. Yes. Cool. So we're going to do our 4 foot patterns, and we're going to have the option to play finger cymbals now if you'd like to. So go ahead and put your finger cymbals on if you want to. I think it's good to wear them, even if you don't want to play them. Want to can be such a, you know, but it's good. Yes. Finger cymbals, please. Middle fingers and thumbs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do first. I'm gonna just lead you guys in triples a few times. We're just gonna get ourselves organized. And then I'm gonna take us through the 4 basic foot patterns. Yeah, with playing at the same time. And I'm gonna lead for all of us. And then we're gonna follow a partner. Yes? Cool. So I'm gonna start first with playing our music. This is regulation fast music off the Bellydance Fast. Okay. Okay, so did you catch that I did each of them for 8? It's okay if you didn't. Yeah? So here's my plan for you. You all get a partner, yes? And what you're gonna do is one of you is the leader and one of you is the follower. If you can't play finger cymbals at the same time, nothing bad happens. And I want you to do, for a count of 8, first Egyptian, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the feet on this Arabic are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Choo choo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back to the top. Yeah? So I want you just to go through this cycle of changing from one foot pattern to the other foot pattern. I'm going to play finger symbols. And if you don't want to, don't. Just wear your zills. That's fine. Yeah? So everybody here has got a buddy. Yes? So one of you turn your back on the other person and you're the first person to go. When you're done with your thing, if you want, to be fancy here, you could do your Egyptian half turn and turn around and look at them. And that would be kind of a sweet ass way to finish. But you don't have to. You could just go ahead and turn around and look at them and switch. I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah. One of you guys is my buddy. I'll take anybody. I'll take everybody. Do you want to be my partner now? We haven't been partners yet. Cool. I'm going to have us face. Would you guys prefer I face this way? So there's nothing to look at that's going the wrong direction for you? I think that that's going to make your life nicer. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead. I love it. Okay. So here we go. Fast moves. Think. think someone is trying to text me or call me. Wasn't Nina great? Nina, bravo, bravo. Nina, so great. Did you guys get a chance to switch? Get a chance to feel the... What? I'm super excited. I'm excited. All right, all right. So I have a big plan now where I'm going to lead you guys doing Egyptian half turn and the Arabic with the arm variations and the choo-choo that turns the 2 ways. We also can use our shimmy step to travel forwards. We can travel backwards. We can turn to the right and to the left. So here's the thing, which is that choo-choo doesn't go backwards. What? I know. So Egyptian goes forwards, it goes backwards, it does a half turn. It's also got a full turn you don't know yet, so don't worry about it. When you have got the Arabic, right, this one, right, you can use this to go forward. You could also use this to walk backwards. It's the same. You can turn over the right shoulder or the left shoulder. The same with this little choo-choo buddy. You can choo-choo yourself backwards or forwards, doesn't matter which way you're facing. You can also go, but you can't switch hips, so don't do that. But choo-choo doesn't go backwards in this style. I don't know why it sure could, you know, but they just don't. They, you know, I think that they just would get into a different step if they like for going backwards better. So I'm gonna lead. We're doing that, and so I'm gonna lead from here so you guys can follow. Yeah, and we'll do some fun, fast variations. Yes, and then we'll try them with our buddies. We got this. Yeah, cool. Let's have a little sip of water. Boop, 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 boop. My face is sweaty. Needs a smidgy break. Yes, I hope I know the answer.
Me too. Okay, when you're signaling us to turn, like when you do this, or when you're signaling us
Mhm.
When we're following, can we do the signal like we do that thing? Can we copy that? Or do we just
You could, or you don't have to.
okay?
Yeah, you don't need to.
It's just like your signal.
Yeah, it's the leader signal. What is really important is that you have to know how long it takes to turn around so you can stop watching them. Because the only thing that I would say, really, like the death of that move is that if you're like, do you know what I mean? Like trying to watch, like you have to just know it's just 1, 2, 3, turn, 1, 2, 3, turn, 4, 1, 2, 3, turn, 4. Because if you have got the pattern when you're supposed to be facing front and back, it's all going to turn out great for you. Yeah. Cool. Are you guys all set? All those things feels good. Does anybody on the computer feel like they could lead? Should we follow somebody different on the computer? I could pin someone for you guys. They could be your leader. What? Computer adventure? What do you think? You don't have to play finger symbols. I mean, you can play finger symbols, but on the computer, nobody knows because they don't hear you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could be real terrible. That wouldn't matter. Do we have a leader or no thank you? Yeah, it's Tammy. Sweet. I'm making Tammy. I'm gonna spotlight this video. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
You're the leader.
I should not plan to switch leaders at any point though, right?
Nope, don't plan to switch leaders this time. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that would be confusing with the computer plan. I think if there's just 2 of you, you could switch. Do you know what I mean? Like, but if you turn around and you face everybody, I think everyone will just be like, cool. Does anybody on here want to turn also to be the leader? Everyone else is happy to follow for today? We're good? Okay, I like this plan. So y'all gonna follow Tammy. Sweet. Does anybody here want to be a leader? No, thank you. Would anybody here be willing to lead if you just had 1 person following you? It was just sets of 2? Yeah, I think we're medium. We're medium about this plan. You don't have to. I know it takes a while to develop the confidence to feel like you can do it. It's no problem. So you want to follow me again today and next week? That'll be our goal, that maybe we could lead. Even just, you've already led and followed. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do any more than what you did last time. You know, really, that's what it's about. It's just keeping it simple. Like, you're the leader. Do your 8 counts of this. Switch to the next one. Switch to the next one. Switch to the next one. Switch to spots. You know what I mean? And like, when you're the leader, if you get off count and you can't remember, start the next one. Do you know what I mean? Like, just be clear you're landing on the 1 and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, your follower will follow you. Yeah? Cool. All right, so you guys are following Tammy. These guys are following me. I'm excited about this. We're gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna back it up. So we're gonna do this for 2 minutes. Yeah, so it's not forever. You guys, I'm super excited about all of you. That was really good. Yeah? I hope you feel like things are happening for you. And look, we already have our first other leader. How exciting. Okay, I'm gonna turn this music on so Tammy doesn't have to just stand there with her back to everybody, like waiting for something to happen. Okay. Go. That was so great. Bink. All right, things are happening for us. Okay, so we're going back to 2 partners here, so 2 and 2. Yeah, so every person on the computer, we're just gonna do one more time. So every person has a chance to lead and follow. Yes? So here, same plan. We're gonna do 2 people and you're gonna rotate. Yeah? So do you guys wanna try one more time, coming in together, making the thing? You and the partner rotate, and then you go to the end of the line. We'll just keep it going, yeah? So for example, if you're in the chorus, the kinds of things that you would be doing out here are like, you know, like you'd still be doing this with the finger symbols, but you would just be like, you know, you would just keep it really simple. Don't worry about it. You would just pick one thing and stick with it. You know what I mean? Like when you get here, like really people are watching what's happening out here and we're just playing with finger symbols and helping out. Yeah. So just to make it, you're not allowed to do the slow moves with the finger symbols. You can't use the slow stuff in the fast section. But why? Because it's the rule. Which is why it's so easy to break the rules, which is why there's so much tribal fusion. That's what, like, transnational fusion is the new name for this. But any, like the Amada style, Gypsy Caravan, any of these many other improvisational groups that are doing things that are led on the left or things that are mixing other kinds of movements in, all you have to do to be off-brand for this is just to change the smallest thing. And, you know, like when you add a left side lead in addition to a right side lead, now you're not inside this small box of what we're working on right now. And what I like about this for us is I think that we don't need to know 1,000 movements. Like really what we have 4 fast moves and we have 6 slow moves. And already right now we could make basically a 5-minute show. So for our last thing, I'm gonna play like a song that we know from class that has both fast and slow parts in it. And I'm hoping that this is not gonna be a train wreck, that it's gonna be really super fun and you're gonna love it. So you and your buddy are gonna be able to switch. You can switch between fast and slow when you feel the music has gotten fast, yeah? So you won't be wrong, especially because nobody hears you, yes? But when it comes to whether music is slow or quick, it has to do with whether the beat has dropped in and if you feel you could play finger symbols to it or not, yeah? Cool, so here's a cute little song we work out to all the time. It is like just 2 minutes longer, 3 minutes longer than our class time. So if you have to go on the video, we'll see later, okay? Okay, let's do a thing together. Let's make a circle, yeah? We'll do the circle, we're gonna do the horseshoe. Who's gonna be my first partner? Or do you not even want to know?
I'll be your first partner.
Sweet! Come on right here, stand next to me. We're gonna make a circle. So the circle's gonna go around the whole way. And then I'm gonna lead Sonia out after I stop the horseshoe. Circle or horseshoe, me and Sonia are going out. You guys are rotate the horseshoe. And then when Sonia and I leave, in, and then you guys are next.
You and I have to play.
Would you prefer not to?
I don't need to have a switch.
We don't have to switch places. We're not going to because we agreed to it. Yeah? Talk to your partner. So you can decide if one of you wants to be the leader and the other does not. It needs to be the first person. Yeah? Because the way that we're going to come out from here is that I'm going to walk to position 1 and she's going to walk to position 2. You can't fight over these spots. Yeah? So you guys decide who's 1 and 2. You don't have to change spots. It's up to you and your buddy. Are you guys ready? Let's do a thing. Hi. We have lots of friends at Bellydance in class. Okay. Here we go. Hands up. You all should be doing something different. You should all be following the person that's leading the horseshoe in the back. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Big plans, big dreams. Work. Sounds good. Let's put our hands down by our hips. Bye, Nina. Big shimmy. And up into our shoulders, up into the head, right out the mouth. Congratulations to all of you. To all of you. That was some real dancing, you guys. I loved it. You guys were great. Congratulations on leading. Congratulations on being a horseshoe. We were a chorus. We did a circle. We did the things. Yeah, we played drums. We played cymbals. What didn't we do? So we're just going to keep practicing and just get better and better. Yeah? Cool. Does anybody here want to say anything before you get going? Everybody understood the plan? Seemed pretty good? Yeah? Cool. You can send me messages if you had any technical problems or if you had questions about what we did. Cool. Well, it's so fun to see you all. Feel free to turn your sound on if you want to say goodbye on your way out. You guys want to come say goodbye?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank
Bye, ladies.
Weren't they great? Did you get to see the whole thing at the end? Pretty amazing, huh?
Everyone was beautiful.
We did like a whole 6-minute performance. That was like a whole thing. That was slow and fast, and we changed leaders, and we went through the whole thing. It was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. Yeah!
It's so good.
So fun.
It was so good to see you all.
Good to see you
Yay!
all too.
We can all dance in person. Yeah?
Thank you. Thank you, Leslie.
Sweethearts.
Shout out to my partner, Jessica. Thank you.
Boop.